Across the country, people are reconsidering our relationship with the natural world.
One specific area of focus, how humans have altered waterways from coast to coast and what that has meant for the animals who lived there. One notable example in Maine is the effort to tear down some of the dams on the state's largest rivers to encourage fish to return to those waters.
People in California's Central Valley are looking to restore their historic salmon populations. They're looking now to rice for answers. Here's Brady Helbeeb.
Diving headfirst into a head start in life. An open rice field just outside of Woodland is now not just growing rice, but salmon, giving them the best shot for survival before they head to the biggest pond of all, the ocean.
Numbers have been pretty low last few years. Fishing hasn't been open, and so we're kind of partnering with folks and trying different rearing techniques.
A rearing technique with a simple idea. When rice fields are flooded in the wintertime, researchers say that they can act as a natural wetlands, similar to the floodplains that existed here more than 100 years ago.
Here at Nags Ranch, just outside of Woodland, this truck just behind me released more than 300,000 baby salmon into this rice field.
Well, the fish we put here today, they're about the size of a paperclip, so they still need to grow. By putting them on the rice fields, they're going to be given this great opportunity to put on growth really quickly.
After more than a decade of research, scientists say salmon raised in flooded rice fields can grow 2 to 5 times bigger than those in rivers. Why?
And so what happens is when that water spreads out, it slows down, it interacts with the land, and it makes zooplankton or fish food.
Jeffries, who's been studying the idea for years, says in some cases, fish can grow up to 8 times faster.
When fish are leaving fresh water, one of the big things that's important is how big they are when they enter the ocean. Is that being a small fish in a big ocean is a tough go at it.
The salmon will stay here for the next couple of months before migrating through each field, making their way to the Sacramento River and eventually to the ocean, before returning about 3 years later to spawn the next generation. The field making it all possible belongs to longtime rice farmer John Brennan.
We grow rice in the summertime. The wintertime is the historic wetlands.
For farmers like Brennan, this isn't about choosing between rice production and the environment. Instead of changing what farmers do, the idea is to build on what's already happening, using the off-season to benefit the fish, farmers, and a water system they all depend on.
We're not going to have a strong rice industry unless we have a cohesive water industry, and the water industry is completely dependent on the fish. So let's go where the problem is and see if we can solve it.
Brady Helbeeb reporting. This is just the first year in a 10-year study. Researchers plan to add about 2 million young salmon to the participating rice farms every year.